Come on.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Controversy.
What's Controversy Key?
I'm your host, LaKel House.
I am RTJ.
You know what I figured out?
What's up?
I realized that when I laugh and then we start the episode like that, a lot of people think we're laughing about the topic and they don't see the behind the scenes shit before we get started. I realized that about the Little Caesars episode. We started laughing. Remember, they're like, oh, you guys think it's funny. They thought we were laughing, but they haven't watched all our episodes. You know, we're laughing in general when we start just to be laughing. What?
It was funny.
I mean, it was, but you know.
Okay, anyway.
Welcome back to Controversy Live with Controversy is Key. I'm your host, LaKel House.
I am RTJ.
And today, what are we talking about for the people?
She's a runner. She's a track star. She gonna run away when it gets hard. What's the rest of the words?
Oh my God! So you're
Sha'carri Richardson.
You're an artist now? You a singer?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so today we're talking about
fucking house podcast.
Sha'carri Richardson, the world's fastest woman on the fucking planet from the United States of America. Well, she's not the fastest on the planet yet, but
yes, she is.
Technically not yet.
What you mean?
Not yet. Okay, so we'll progress to that because you know Jamaica still are the reigning champions. As we all know, they're a tough country to beat. So I'm so nervous to get in this topic because I don't want it to stop.
All right, let's go.
Let's get into it. So the reason I said that is because we all know Jamaica are the reigning champions.
Okay.
Yeah, her best time was a 10.6. She ran a 10.6 when she placed to become an Olympian.
Okay.
They had a negative 1.2 meters per second headwind where they said that if she didn't have the headwind, she would have ran a 10.6.
God damn, man, she ran.
I mean, she ran, but she didn't run a 10.6. She ran a 10.6, but with the headwind, you have to remember, she was running against the wind. Similar to when aircrafts are flying to and from coast to coast. If they have a good tailwind, it'll blow them forward. Like they were saying, if she would have had a good tailwind,
she'd have ran faster.
She'd have ran faster than a 10.6, which 10.6 right now is the best time on the planet, which would have made her the fastest woman in human existence. So how the fuck is that for black female empowerment?
It's good, but I mean, I'm not adding in all that stuff, man.
Adding in with all the stuff.
She ran a 10.6.
No, she definitely, listen.
I'm not adding no wind.
Look, brother, but you have to go based off the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 10.6.
But the difference is, she didn't run a 10.6.
What'd she run?
She ran a 10.77.
Oh, the 10.6 was the win.
Yeah, so she ran a 10.6. So the good thing is when she runs in the Olympics, I don't know how they're going to do it in Japan, but when they did it in Brazil, it was actually in the enclosed stadium.
Yes.
So if she were to have ran in a stadium, she would have ran a 10.6.
Okay, so she ran a 10.7.
So she ran a 10.77.
Yeah, 10.7.
Because the headwind was a negative 1.2 meters per second.
Right. Yeah, well, she ran
because it was an open arena. So that's what they were saying. Like, oh, she had a tailwind. She'd have ran faster than that. So the Jamaican world champion.
What is her name? So
the world champion, Ann Fraser-Price. To put things into perspective, right? So Price, to win gold, she ran a 10.71. Right?
Okay.
So she won gold at 10.71. I think her fastest time to date, her personal best, was a 10.7. So when you look at, for example, she has like three world titles. No, 5. She has 5 world titles and she has 3 gold medals.
Okay.
Right? So in her best time to date, and she's considered right now the fastest woman on the planet, she runs a 10.7. So then we have Sha'carri Richardson, who just ran a fucking 10.6. So that puts things into perspective with the win. So she ran a 10.6 with the win of 10.77. So 7/10 of a second behind the fastest woman on the planet, reigning from Jamaica. So I think in her last run in the Olympics, she actually got bronze. She got bronze.
Who?
Price.
Price, okay.
Yeah, Price. She got bronze in the Rio Olympics. So here's the beckoning question. But even the woman that won gold, but she actually still didn't run a 10.6. So Miss Richardson needs to do better in the first 300 meters, and I think that'll help her get her time a little bit lower than a 10.77. But again, that was the thing. Like the reporters and the journalists were saying was like she looked kind of disappointed when she ran the 10.77. But he was like, "Yo, without the headwind, you ran a fucking 10.6, which is what makes you the fastest woman on the fucking planet." You know what I mean?
And see, I guess I'm more of a, and that's what kind of bothers me about this new stuff. Like everything, like they add in all the technical stuff. It's either you ran or you ran.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so nobody like Flojo. She holds the women's world record at 10.4. So nobody's talking about was there a win, is there a win? All this new stuff, like they measure everything. they measure everything, which has them looking at a number that's not really there.
I mean, no, it's just newer technology.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
They can
about.
measure the wind to see. But I think it's better for the athletes because it's like, oh, I went out there and I feel like I ran faster than I've ever run in my life. Why are my numbers bad? So we have technology that can show them, oh, your numbers are bad because there was a fucking headwind that was you're running against the wind. So you know what I mean? Like the wind.
I completely understand what you mean. My thing is just that I guess it's because
It's just better data. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't like, but analytics, I guess is what they call it.
Yeah, it's better analytics to let you know. Like even though you ran a fucking 10.77, you're literally the fastest person on the planet because you got to look at everybody else that ran behind her. Them chicks placed 11 seconds.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you look at the gap, it's like, and think about it. She's 5'1". She's 5'1", and they're like, I think the last champion that they placed in aisle 9. I didn't even fucking look at her name because I'm not that well versed in who the hell she is. But you look at, she looked like she was at least about 5'7", 5'8". So when you look at someone that's 5'1", she has shorter legs. So imagine how fast she has to be out sprinting chicks that are well in the mid 5 foot range with longer legs that have deeper strides than she does, and she still smoked these chicks. That goes to show like what her real athleticism. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But I think for me, and because I'm a long runner, I have long legs. I think that shorter runners have an advantage.
I would disagree. I feel like I agree and disagree because a shorter runner, they have a lower center of gravity, they have a stronger core. They don't have as much distance, but the thing is, one of your strides has got to be like for her like 5 or 6, 7 strides. You know what I mean? So she has to work a lot harder. She has to have a stronger core, stronger legs. Even though building up stronger, dense muscles would be easier for her because she's shorter. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have that long, like you work out, like for example, like bench pressing.
We got a long way to go.
We got a long way to go. Like guys with short arms, they can rabbit pump them out. You know what I'm saying? And get a good pump. Deadlifts, they don't have that far to travel. You know what I'm saying? For us, we got to go way the fuck like 6 feet in the air. You know what I'm saying?
But okay, you're right. But I still think because
so she has an advantage with building the muscle, but she has to. But you can't disagree that her output and her activity has to be way higher than everybody else.
Yeah.
On the track.
But can I throw some hate in there?
I mean, it wouldn't be RTJ if you didn't throw some damn hate in there. Go ahead, brother.
So I watched.
This is why we can't grow, y'all.
I watched when FloJo ran her record. Who holds the record when FloJo ran hers. Them women was kind of close. So I think I think if it wasn't first place, they really didn't look at the time.
What are you talking about?
So FloJo ran a 10.4. The women.
What year did FloJo run a 10.4?
88, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 88. So she ran. Was it 88? Yeah, it was 88. So she ran a 10.4 in 88, right? The women were closer that she was running against. So it goes. So I think those women also could have ran up under a 10. I mean, ran up under 11.
What girl? You got to give me context. Who? I'm confused.
The women she raced against.
Who is she? You got to give me context.
FloJo. The women, because.
Okay, but how does that compare to Miss Richardson?
Because I think those women ran faster than Mrs. Richardson. They just didn't. The only people they recorded was FloJo, because she won first place. You don't ever hear about second place.
First place in what? Was it Worlds? Was it the Olympics? What are we talking about? Because there's different events.
She holds the world record. Period, for fastest woman. Period. FloJo does at 10.49.
10.4. But what was it? 100 meters?
Yeah.
I can't speak on FloJo because I don't know nothing about FloJo.
Are you serious?
I was born in 85, dude. She ran in 88. I was born in 85.
But
that's a 3-year difference, bro. I was a baby.
It's FloJo though.
I don't know nothing about FloJo.
You know, but you know who Martin Luther King is. You know who Jackie Robinson is.
Yeah, but again, I don't know who FloJo is, brother. Track and field.
Oh my God.
Like it's not because you have to.
This is why we can't grow.
No, what I'm saying is track and field. Let's not pretend like track and field is women's track and field is celebrated how it should be.
Okay.
It's not. That's not even to pretend.
I get it. Women's sports.
Women's sport is not widespread, which is why we're talking about this on this podcast. We're talking about, and highlighting, the greatness that black women have achieved. Because if you notice, over the past 10 years, and even back to the 80s, but for the past 10 years, women's track and field is becoming a lot more popular because we have a lot more black women starting to stand up and dominate. You know what I'm saying? Why is it then?
Them shorts and them booties.
They've been wearing that. What are you talking about? They've been wearing that, brother. What are you talking about? So I say all that to say this. The big thing is, we definitely want to give a big up to, Ms. Richardson because, like I said, from the talking points of a lot of the people in the Olympics, talking about she's brash and she's loud and outspoken. And like we need that. Like I think personally, in my opinion, that's what makes athletics and sports interesting to watch. That's what makes it fun to watch.
This is the bullshit.
And that's who we are. When black folks, we show the fuck up. That's what the fuck we do.
They mad because okay, I live by it. Also live by.
They want us to dominate and be silent. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But that's not.
Stop me then.
Right. That's what. Stop me from running. That's black.
Beat me.
That's black folks. That's how we do.
If you want your rules put in place, then beat me. Hell, we deal with all y'all rules throughout history. We let y'all brash. We let y'all change legislators and all that shit. So if you want me to stop talking, beat me. Beat me. Stop me from scoring touchdowns. Stop me from scoring baskets. I
don't think they want to see a female Floyd Mayweather. But again, like she said though, like you don't know what she's been through being 5'1". Like it's not that far from dwarfism. I believe. What is the
4'11"?
No, it's not 4'11". It's
4'11".
It's not 4'11". I think it's 4'10" or 4'9", which is considered a dwarf. No, it's 4'10". That's considered a dwarf, I believe, because I dated a girl who's 4'11". She said she barely missed it. So dwarf, because they get a check. Dwarfism people, they get a check. So I think she was saying it's 4'10". But so she's 5'1".
Okay.
So she's not that. What I'm saying is she's not that far from dwarfism. So it's like you have people that would talk about her and say, "Oh well, you're short and you can't do this," and people talking down to her. Like she was saying, like you don't know what I've been through, like just to be here. Number one, to be a black woman. Number two, and like you say, like even though she's running and she's considered one of the fastest in the world right now, like they're still talking about the way that she presents herself. You know what I'm saying? Which is it's not going to change because society does not like seeing strong, powerful black women.
Here's my thing. Okay, so this is me. Ta-da. So I'm be honest with you. I don't like the colorful hair shit at all.
However, it doesn't bother me.
However, do you, boo?
You're stupid. I'm not a fan of the big, long, super long ghetto nails, but that's not even just with her. I'm just women in general.
Yeah, another reason I actually do like this.
But the nails?
No, just her hair.
Right.
The only is because that they pushed against, like this is actually something negative that you've been pushing for years. Now it's not one of those things where you take your negativity and make it the best. So now you get to see something that you truly hate run and win and beat you. I like that shit.
You talking about the loud hair?
Loud hair, loud fingernails. Like they still talk about FloJo fingernails.
I mean, but even we look at Fraser Price, right? That runs in Jamaica. Every time she shows up, her hair is different.
Yes.
Like I think in the Rio Olympics, her hair was like turquoise and a whole bunch of other colors. Like I'm perfectly fine with it. Like
yellow and turquoise.
I'm perfectly fine with them having wild, crazy, loud hair that stands out. Doesn't really bother me. Miss Richardson had blue hair when she ran to place for the Olympics. Before that, no, it was blue hair before this last meet. Her in April. So that in April she actually ran a 10.72, right?
Yeah, she fast.
A fucking 10.72. Again, her time in April was faster than Miss Price, considered right now in this era one of the fastest women alive, who won in the Olympics. She had a better time than her, right? So this is the thing. Like, so if she continues to run how she's running now, then America can take gold. If she continues to get faster or be better in the first 30 meters when she's actually running 100 meters, then hands down, she can sweep gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, without question. Fucking flies, man.
So when are the Olympics? Because I totally lost count. Because
I think it's July.
It's supposed to be last year.
Yeah, so it's July, I believe.
Okay, so
starts in July. Starts next month.
Okay, I think she can get it though.
It was Tyloo. Tyloo ran a 10.90.
Tyloo?
Right? Yeah, ran a 10.90. That was in the World Championships in 2019. So Fraser Price ran a 10.71. Asher Smith from Britain, she ran a 10.82. And then you have Tyloo, who ran a 10.90. So this is the World Championships 2019. So you look at Fraser Price ran a 10.71, but then we have, of course, Ms. Price ran a 10.72. So if she would have been running with, and all these top women placed in the Olympics, and those three won gold at the Olympics. Well, not won gold, but they all placed on the podium at the Olympics. When you look at somebody like, Ms. Richardson running a 10.72, she would have took silver. So this is again, but we don't really know because the competition changes when you're head to head with competition.
And that's what I was about to get to. Head to head competition pushes you.
It pushes you, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, it pushes you. So if she's doing this and like literally there's nobody
just in the finals, just placing to like go to the Olympics. If she's running like this now.
So now when the adrenaline gets going and you know that this person next to you is as fast as you are, that's going to make you step
push
your game up.
Step your game
so
up.
So I'm actually like, because Lisa, she ran track.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of she got me interested. So I'm kind of waiting on this.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm actually hyped about this. You know, just Miss Richardson alone is making me take a new interest in
My bad.
You could have waited till I got the point out. Yeah, hard ass fucking thump.
My bad.
Damn, dude. Hard ass fingers.
My bad.
But yeah. So this fly, dude. Yeah, so I'm really hyped about the Olympics. This year, number one, there's great pride in seeing black women stand up and dominate. Last Olympics, we had a clean sweep from the hurdles. We took fucking gold, silver, and bronze. Bronze medalist was actually from Atlanta, Georgia, so that was dope as hell from the hurdles. USA clean sweep. So this would be a big fucking deal. Ever since 1996, we have not won gold. It's a long fucking time coming. And right now, having the fastest woman in the world, right here in the United States of America, that's what I'm calling her. I'm calling her right now. Fastest woman in the fucking world, right here from Dallas, Texas, right here in the United States of America, taking gold. I can see it, and I'm hyped about it. And I love to see her talk on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're bringing in chicks. She's cheering like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, what the fuck I'm talking about? Get fired up and talk out there.
What got me was when she went and hugged, when she went up to the crowd, I think that's her grandmother.
Yeah, it was her grandmother.
She hugged. That kind of got to me. I ain't gonna lie, I teared up.
Yeah, man, it was beautiful. Her mom just passed away. So, she was dealing with a lot and dealing with loved ones that pass away as an athlete trying to train, like, I commend people that can push through that, because if you've ever been an athlete and like being distracted mentally, all you want to do is grieve and you don't really want to go to training, you don't really want to go to practice, like you really don't imagine you can't imagine what that's like until you've lived through it. So to see that she lost her mother, the most important person in her life, right? She's only 21 years old, most important person in her life, and so young and performing at a world-class level, showing the fuck up and running off the track. Absolutely insane.
And you didn't get to see my best.
Right. And that's what she was like. She was like, hey, we only getting better. I'm just getting warmed up. So I'm excited about that. With that being said, I think that pretty much concludes our episode.
Keep going, young lady.
Way the fuck over our time.
Yeah. Keep going. But that's it.
So black women showing the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Hats off to our black women out there doing their thing. We got a couple more episodes about a couple other Olympians. Black women showing the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We out here support. We out here.
Yeah. Do you, boo?
Controversy out.